Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, and for all your lovely comments. I really appreciate them. And so today, the video, my topic is you are more powerful than you realize. And this is so important for you to understand this. And I'm going to point out to you how the plan, the change is most definitely going to happen. And it is so important for you to know that, to believe that, to trust that. And then you're able to separate yourself out of all the things that are going on, that are being shared, that are negative. There's so much positive information that everyone turns their nose up to. It amazes me how everyone will believe the lies, but it's hard for them to believe the truth. So this is more about that. So first I'm going to start out with a poem. Surprise. It's "You are more powerful than a waterfall." Have you ever been by a waterfall? They are powerful beyond belief. Their currents are strong, could drown you all day long. It's another metaphor related to all of you. Your powers are stronger than a waterfall. This is God's honest truth. Too many of you still follow the news, forgetting their propaganda, and it takes a hold of you. When you become angry and cussing at their views, you actually are playing right into their hands. You need to feel this truth because you become robots, rioting, looting, out of control. But that is their plan. I thought you better know. We can change this world by ignoring their lies, their shows, by knowing in your heart this is the way to go. Visualize the outcome you want to see by only being positive daily. If everyone stood together, visualizing love, this world would instantly change to the way it needs to be. This ascension is the first time ever. We will then have them on bended knees. Isn't this what you want to see? Then stop the fight, the anger, the judgments, please, by sharing unconditional love, peace, and the new way to be. Allow your energies to raise on high, above the insanity, higher than the sky. Your powers will change their plans of destruction to a heavenly paradise. This is ascension. This is the plan. Let's all join together, making our lives grand. So, either you're a person who feels the truth, knows the truth, checks the truth, or you start to hear the truth, maybe start to believe it, and then as soon as a negative video comes out, you all follow that for some reason. And this is why it's so important that if you do not believe that things are going to work out the best way ever, then I would stay away from those videos because you're not strong enough to let them pass over you. Have you not yet figured it out, what's really going on? You've been hidden from the truth all day long. Videos are surfacing with high officials telling their tales. You can finally believe the bigger picture about your life that you have been led to believe. So stop the nonsense, gather your friends. And you know, I watched this YouTube video this morning, and some people took it wrong. So I'm going to tell you the link. It's on YouTube. It's William Cooper CNN interview in 1992. Now, what he does, this man was a high official in the Navy. So he's sharing all the truths. He's sharing what their plan was and how they get you all to follow their ways. Now, I've known this for many, 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 many years already, that not at this time, because they don't count anymore, even though they're trying to, but they use this plan to get everyone on their side so what happens is that they do something really evil. They want you to follow their thought process, and they set you all up for it. Now, the most recent one is George Floyd. You know, this is how they're the ones who created the racial issues. Everything negative on this planet has been created by them. And so many people don't believe it because you don't want to think that you've lived in a world where your politicians have always been against you, always been figuring out ways to kill you, to get rid of you, to lower the population. That has been their plan. This is why all of this keeps happening and happening and happening. And yet, so many people fall into it. And then they become fearful. And then when you become fearful, you draw all the negative experiences to you. You've got to realize that it is not the truth. This was their truth. This is what they've been doing for hundreds of years, actually. But they have lost the game. I could tell you that I am 100% positive. The truth, when it does come out, is all the notes have already been written. The plan is already set in motion. It's just the timing of when it will come out. Do you understand? Because there's a lot of truths that are not mainstream. But I just want you to know, things that this man had brought up, I knew already. Because I don't know how to explain this to you, but when major things go on, my guides come straight to me and tell me what's really happening. And I've known so much stuff for years and years and years and years, but no one's ever believed me. People still don't believe me. He mentions a video because actually the day Kennedy was assassinated, I got a message in my head, a voice talking in my ear, telling me it was pre-planned, the government did it. So I already knew that. Years down the road, many years down the road, a video came out showing that the driver did it. I have the video on my phone. The only thing that I didn't know, because this man, William Cooper, mentions this video. The only thing I didn't know was in his gun was like poison, like a poisonous dart or something that killed him instantly. But the point is that Kennedy, was on to their plan, just like Trump is. The difference is that the power wasn't available for Kennedy, so they were able to, murder him and all the other people that they've murdered. But let me tell you this. Light is stronger than the dark, and the light has won. It doesn't matter how it appears on the internet, because there's over 200 billion people who are awake. You don't know that, but trust me, there are. The plan's already set in motion. I've said this many, many times. The game is over. So ignore this crap. Just get to a situation where you know everything is actually okay. And this is my point of this video. To stop falling into the fear of everything that they keep putting on the internet. You know, this man talked about a spaceship that he saw with his eyes coming out of the ocean. And this was back in the early 90s, or maybe even earlier than that. But then he would see that same spaceship going back into the ocean. Now, he was in a submarine. And he said the ocean parted, like how they talk about when Jesus walked on water, the sea parted, you know, that kind of thing. He said that's what it did, and let that ship come back in. Because I can only guess. It's not like it's underwater, but it definitely went somewhere. There are underground cities. There's people who live underground, who live in peace, love, and harmony. I mean, there's so much you don't even know. And I don't know. That's why I told you a week, I think it was last week or the week before, learn how to find what is true and what is fake. Only you can do that, because there's so much fake coming out. Even by people who profess to be all-knowing, share fake information. So you can't just read something and believe it. You've got to check with your heart. Is this true? This is so important, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. Now, just to let you know, my ex-husband was in the he was in the military, and he's a lot younger than me. So he went to Iraq War, and but when he got out, etc., he joined the Navy SEAL team. And while he was practicing to be a SEAL, or going through their ridiculous programs, I actually had a dream. And I saw this Navy SEAL Special Ops transported, I don't know what you want to call it, it's not a ship, that they were building. I saw it completed. I saw the SEALs on it. I saw how it came out of the ship. Then nobody even knew about it. It was in the process of being developed. I told my ex about it, and he's like, well, how do you know? Nobody knows about it. And it's not stuff I can prove to you, but it's why I know. I know things. I mean, when I worked at the school district and I saw how they were they were plotting and planning on getting rid of all the teachers. It's back in 2013. This was in California. Because they're always telling you how they don't have any money. And that's a bold-faced lie. They plan and they manipulate you, and you follow through with it. It's what you do. So at that particular time, I was told that they were planning to and manipulating all the teachers, and that when I went home, I would get my proof when I turned on the television set. And the point is, I didn't even have to worry about when I was going to go home, because when I was home, it was the right time. When I turned on the TV, it was the right time. And they had given pink slips to teachers going way back 10 years that have been in the school district for 10 years. They usually don't eliminate people that far back. And they had all these new teachers freaked out, all the older teachers freaked out. They were going to lose their job. But really what they wanted to do was get everybody to not take their medical insurance because they have the best plan in the world. And so that's what they did, and that's what I saw on the news. So I get the message that this is going to happen or something's happening. I go home and they tell everyone, well, we just found some money we didn't even know we had. But in order for all of you to keep your jobs, you're going to need to sign right here that you won't take our medical insurance anymore. You see, they do this plan in the school district. They do this plan in your life, in your world. That's why you can't believe anything you hear or see. Now, William Cooper talks about their plan of the New World One government and how our world was going to be like Hitler. That was the plan. It's not going to happen because we won. Now it's just a process. It's a long, slow process. It can't happen overnight. There's billions and billions of people on this planet. And there's so much truth that needs to come forward first, and that has to be done in the right way. And, I want to tell you also that our high officials actually go on spaceships and have meetings with the aliens that you call people aliens. I hate calling them aliens because they're not aliens to me, because that would mean we're all aliens, because none of us are from planet Earth. We're just temporarily here. We're not from this planet. We're from the stars. And we'll go back to the stars. So this is temporary. So that's where they are, in the stars. What's the difference? But, they're talking about planning a phony alien invasion. They want everyone to think that they're bad and they're going to blow us up, because that's how their thought process is. That's how they get you. Don't allow this to get to you. Only dwell and focus on the positives. Stay away from these negative memes. Videos too. Someone sent me a video this morning that Bill Gates has predicted. I think I deleted it. It was extremely negative. And I said to her, why the hell would you share this when it's so negative? So here people are trying to wake up, and then other people share fear-based information. It's Bill Gates thinks a coming disease will kill 30 million people within 6 months, and says we should prepare for it as we do for war. This is the video she sends me. Now, why do you think Bill Gates says that? Because he planned it. It's kind of like, what's that word? Oh, God. If you watch a show and, I can't think, they start to plant seeds about what's coming and they call it something. That's what this is. He thinks he's warning you of his plan. He's not telling you it was his plan, but it's not going to happen. And if it did happen, it would be because there would be these mandatory poisonous vaccines that everybody's going to take that should not take them. I don't think that's going to happen either. Anyway, going through my notes here. Way back in the 60s, I thought the government was for us and they only cared about us like they profess to. They don't even follow the Constitution. They all need to be in prison anyway, because they're crooked, they're murderers, they're liars, they're thieves, they're horrible people. And then they post this crap and you all follow it and you worry about it like they're still in power. They're not in power. But in any case, I used to trust them until they started showing us pictures of where our tax money was going. And it was going to their parties, their planes, and showing how all these politicians got together on an island. Heck, for all I know, could have been Jeff Epstein's island because I didn't know about him back then. But they're all on an island, they're all partying, they're all drinking, the airplanes that they have, how they use our money for all of this stuff. That was the day that I knew that they're not here to protect us. And I've never trusted them since. But not everyone notices those things like I do. So I'm glad that it's coming to fruition, that this truth is coming out. All of their plans are going to fail. You know, we have enough light workers, and your collective consciousness can change the outcome of anything, like what my poem says. We are more powerful than the waterfall. We are more powerful than they are. We are more powerful than any demon. Okay? So let's get together, use our power to visualize the world you want, not to fall into their fear-based information or spread these fear-based videos. Don't do that to people, because people start to fall for it again. And if we all join together, we've done mass meditations, you will find out that all the fires in California were started by them, that cancer was created by them, AIDS was created by them. They've created all of this stuff to kill us all off. That's always been their plan. And it's not happening. So, I don't know. Learn how to be in touch with your higher self. Don't waste your time being angry at them, and don't waste your time commenting on, negative comments about how you wish they would all be dead and how much you hate them, because you don't hurt anyone but yourself. No one can really do anything to you unless you allow it. You do everything to yourself. So if your mood changes, someone zapped you with negative energy that you listened to, or you did it all yourself. You thought negative thoughts, and negative energy came and joined in with you, and then made you feel bad, made you feel off kilter, made you feel depressed, because that's what it does. I can tell in an instant when it's hit me, because all of a sudden I'm not happy. I was happy a minute ago. I'm not happy now. I'm not feeling good. My stomach is churning. What's going on? Negative energy. Out comes the sage. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. All of that, and goes away. It's magic. So really, realize your powers. Realize that you can change anything you want to change. Anything within your own life, too. Don't pay attention to any fear-based videos. And they're running around the internet like water. It's disgusting to me. People should be sharing what I share. Love, peace, what the outcome is. The outcome is beyond your imagination. It's beyond anything you could ever think of. And I'm going to leave you with an extremely positive note, if you're still watching. First of all, I can tell you 100% for positively sure that when we all get into the fifth dimension, that we will be reunited with every single person that we know. If you lost a husband, a child, a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, a friend, whoever, you will see them. And I've known this for a long time, but yesterday, my first husband came. He has passed away since October, almost a year, or God, time, time doesn't even exist. It could have been 2 years ago, but I think it was last year. I don't even remember. It was either last year or the year before. So, like I've told a lot of people, I've mentioned on my videos, I do communicate with anyone and everyone on the planet, off the planet. And he told me also that things are going very well and that we will see each other again. So I did ask him, because I met him when I was 15. I said, so are you going to appear to us like you were when we were married? And he said, yes. So good news. You have only good things to look forward to. So focus on what you're looking forward to. Think of it like you're back in grammar school and you have all those years ahead of you when you thought you would never get out of school. Well, now you're in high school and you're getting ready to, graduate. You're closer to getting out of school. The end is in sight. That's what's going on. The end is in sight. So brace yourselves for the negatives, for the bad things you're going to hear and think you see and think other people know. And I'm telling you, don't pay attention. Focus on the positives, create your positive life. Know that there will probably be colors I don't even know about. Maybe there's a color we've never even heard of. It's just going to be the most amazing experience. You're going to see all your lost relatives, maybe even the animals, a dog, a cat, whatever. So know that, feel it in your heart, focus only on that, spread the love, and know that when you awaken, you automatically awaken other people without opening your mouth. Your energy does it. You can walk by 1,000,000 people and raise all their energy just because you have powerful, knowing, enlightened energy. So that is the message for the day, and I hope you heed to this message. See you next week and have a great week. Bye.